Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the DuPont Circle area of Washington, D.C. Chris, my co-host, is going to tell you a little bit later about that you're one of many, many audiences around the world who are co-experiencing this opportunity. On behalf of the Academy for Education and Development, I'm Steve Moseley, the President of AED, and I'm just delighted to welcome you here to what I think is going to be a very exciting couple of hours together. First by the video streaming, and then by a panel, and then by your participation. I think today the common focus we all have is we are committed to the achievement of the Millennium Development Goals. And I'm particularly honored that AED is hosting this site with TEDXChange. They say they have nothing to do with it, but frankly, I think they have a great deal to do with it, bringing some of the best minds of the world together to be addressing development and other issues. They focus on ideas worth spreading. And that's something they have become expert at, and in which, if you've had a chance to see them, you will agree that some of the best minds in the world are addressing some of the most difficult global and domestic problems we're facing. AED is an organization that believes in implementing programs that can bring ideas forward which change lives through the implementation process at the grassroots level, at the country level, at the community level, and to do this in concert with the countries and the people most in need. We're devoted to making sure that we not only share these ideas, but that our implementation emphasis will make them happen and improve the lives of the people who are being served. We also believe that the best ideas are local ideas that lead to lasting solutions in the hands of the people that we're serving. I think our work, by and large, at AED mirrors the entire framework of the MDGs. When you came in, you were asked if you would choose a button to put on. And I have a whole pocket of the buttons, and I had a really hard time choosing a button because actually we work across the whole range of human health, disease prevention, girls and women's equity, education, poverty alleviation, and food supply, and so forth and so on, HIV/AIDS prevention and the environment. But I have to say, it's the partnership, it's the linkages across them and among them, which makes me get up in the morning, and I suspect in many ways, even if you chose a single button, it's that common global attachment linkage that we have here this morning and that we devote our lives to. And I welcome you here to celebrate that linkage across all 8 of the Millennium Development Goals, which we'll be discussing today. AED is very fortunate to be in partnership, frankly, with many of you who are sitting in this room, NGOs, commercial organizations, universities, donors. Together, we make up a partnership, a fabric, which in fact works together at the local level. We found that we cannot by ourselves address the critical human, social, and economic development needs, but in that strength of partnership among our institutions, among our expertise, we have a great chance of being successful in the period ahead in achieving all of the Millennium Development Goals. Today, I want to thank our partner, represented by Chris Wolz, who is the Forum One organizer. He makes things happen. He makes things connect. Forum One is a great communications company, principally devoted to global development issues and the sharing of ideas that goes in concert with the opportunity that TEDx emphasizes in sharing. I also want to thank my own team here at AED, who's been working so hard, including yesterday on his birthday, Mario Bravo, our Vice President for Development. Mario, where are you? Thank you very much, Mario. After the broadcast, we're going to join in a panel, and I'm going to have the honor of sitting with Carol Lancaster, the Dean of Georgetown University, well known to you in the international development community, and Rita Rao Gupta, who's moved from ICRW to the Gates Foundation. We're just delighted the 3 of us are going to have a chance under excellent leadership and moderation from the Center for Global Development, Lawrence McDonald. So now I'm going to turn it over to Chris to help walk you through where we're going to go together. Thank you very, very much for being here.
Good morning. Today you're in for a very special few hours in which we're going to focus on ideas to change attitudes, to change lives, and to change the world. We're going to focus on the Millennium Development Goals and the future we make. This is going to be a very fascinating and innovative event today. We're going to have both global and local perspectives. We're going to have sharing of ideas both through some very high-tech means and some very low-tech face-to-face discussions. I think it's very much a 21st century event focused on some of the most important issues facing us in this century. I'm Chris Wolz. I'm President and CEO of One Communications. We are an internet strategy and technology consulting firm. We work with groups focused on policy issues like development and the MDGs to be more successful in reaching and engaging people around the world. Our services include innovative websites, online data visualization tools, mobile, social media, and interactive events like this. We're thrilled to be a co-host of this along with AED, and I wanted to again thank Mario, Steve, and the team here for making this wonderful theater available. How many of you have ever been to a TED event, a live TED event? Okay, about a dozen of you or so. How many of you have ever watched a TED video online? Okay, as if there's any of you who haven't, well, we should talk. TED was started in about 1984 and evolved into an annual conference in Monterey, California, focused on technology, entertainment, and design. The focus is on ideas that matter, ideas that can change the world. Since then, TED has grown. They have a suite of other events around the world. Importantly, in 2006, they started to put their videos online at the TED Talks website. And between 2006 and now, they've posted about 700 videos that have been watched 290 million times, which is a remarkable number. Very exciting for us today. About a year ago, the TED launched a new program called TEDx. TEDx means an event that is organized by a local group such as us, bringing together local perspectives and speakers and combining that along with TED video and content in the spirit and in the model of TED. In the past year, about 600 of these TEDx events have been organized, including one we were involved with about 6 months ago called TEDx Potomac, which got us very excited about this whole kind of an event. TEDXChange today is a one-day event, just today, focusing on the Millennium Development Goals. Today's event, TEDXChange, is being organized by the Gates Foundation and by TED. We are shortly going to be watching a live stream of presentations and speakers from New York City, and that is going to be watched at about 85 locations around the world. So at about 85 places around the world, including you can see here in Tokyo, people are settling into their seats just like you. People are giving them warm-up discussions just like me. And at 9 o'clock, we're all going to be watching this live feed. Again, the locations around the world watching this are in Toronto, in Brazil, in Ghana, in South Africa, in Lahore, 4 locations in India, China, Taiwan, Brisbane. Really a fascinating event. We'll have the live feed from New York, and then we're going to have our own local discussion of these issues and topics. We're also trying to bring the discussion, the global discussion, into this theater with this Twitter fall over here. This screen over here is showing what we call a Twitter fall. It's the live stream, live feed of Twitter posts that are referencing the TEDXChange event. How many of you in the audience post to Twitter? Oh gosh, good half of you. Well, that's great. We really hope that you will post today comments, questions, impressions you have. Use the hashtag TEDXChange, which is shown up here, and then we and others around the world will be able to see your comments. Also, if you want to post any questions specific to this group and for the discussion we're going to have later, you can use the hashtag TEDXDupont. It will also show up here, I think in a different color, TEDXDupont, and then we'll maybe grab some of those questions and feed them into our later discussion. As soon as I sit down, I'll also be tweeting, and you can watch me at Wolz is my handle for that. A few housekeeping points. If you haven't already, please silence or turn off your cell phone. Timekeeping, we will be starting in a few minutes, we hope, with a live feed from New York, barring any technical glitches. We'll have about 90 minutes of a video feed from New York. At 12:30, we will go directly into a discussion here, which will be led by Lawrence McDonald, and we have a number of other really interesting discussants who will be joining. We very much want this to be an interactive audience event, so please have questions and comments ready to share when we start the discussion at 12:30. At 1:15, we'll break for lunch out in the lobby, which will go until about 2 o'clock. During the video and the discussion, we won't be taking any formal breaks. So if you need to get up and go out for whatever reason, don't be shy. Please do so. Restrooms are out the door to the left, and the reception area has refreshments out to the right. I think that covers it for housekeeping. There is a Wi-Fi network, and I think there is information, or ask a neighbor of how to get on the Wi-Fi if you need that. We have a couple of minutes, so before they start rolling the video feed from New York, I thought let's make this global event a little more local, a little more intimate. I think what's exciting about an event like this is the 200 or so of you who have come here today. No doubt some of the smartest, most interesting people in Washington thinking about these issues. So let's take a minute, turn to a neighbor beside you whom you don't know or haven't known before today. Introduce yourself, why you're interested in the MDGs, and what brought you here. And we've got a few minutes for that before the video rolls. Thanks for coming. Look forward to having a great day.